morning's set song will be presented by Anurag, and his topic is the guru-disciple relationship. Brother Anurag.
Pacheco. In the great tradition here at the House of Ra, we have a moment of silence in recognition of the Master's presence in all our affairs. Pacheco. I chose or the subject matter suggested to me this morning by my beloved master. It's a guru-disciple relationship. It's a huge topic. Of course, time being limited, I won't be able to go into it at full extent. But I'll try to manage as best as I can to touch on some of the vital points of this great relationship. Another great tradition here at the House of Ra is to begin with the story. And maybe it'll set the tone of things. This story is coming out of the subject matter of establishing my art in your life and relationships. It begins. In a certain village, no rain had fallen for a very long time. Everything, the crops, the gardens, the trees, etc., were all dried up. At last, the people decided to send for a rainmaker living in a distant village. The request was that he come as soon as possible and make rain for their dried out and parched fields. The rainmaker, a wise old black man of 90 years, promised to do so on condition that he be provided with a solitary little hut in open fields where he could withdraw to himself for 3 days. No food or drink would be required by him, and then he would see what could be done about the situation. The strange requests were made. On the evening of the third day, the abundant rain fell, and full of praise and gratitude, a relieved crowd of villagers made a pilgrimage to his hut to thank him and ask how he was able to wrought this miracle. How did you do it? Please tell us. It was quite simple, the rainmaker answered. For 3 days, all I have been doing is putting myself in order. For I know that once I'm in order, then everything around me must fall in order. And the drought must yield and place the rain. This story is very significant to me. It pointed out to me that which is lacking in my life, and that is order. This week has been just filled with chaos for me. The uncompleted tasks, the recognition that this illusion of having time came bursting forth. And how I am mismanaging time. My life is not in order, has not been in order. And I have accepted the truth that I don't know how to make it come into order. Hence, the necessity of one whose life is in order, who has demonstrated it, has shown me this is what order looked like in one's life. I'm compelled to share this one demonstration of this order that exists in the life of my beloved master. it is really disheartening for me to think that I minimize the power of my master, but I did in this one instance. And I'll share this with you. And seeing the order in the life of my master, the proof is there out there in that garden. Upon getting this place, this sacred place, this ice center, the task of starting the garden is placed by several Radasis. And I was asked to prepare that area of land back there to remove the rocks and debris, to clean it up so that they can plant a garden. To my surprise, when I went back there and started this process of trying to clean out all the debris, I noticed that that's all it consisted of. I labeled it Stony Island. I really took it as a joke because I said, well, how in the heck do these people think they're going to get something to grow amongst this broken glass, these rocks, these overabundance of weeds? I mean, it was minimal soil. There was very limited soil. It wasn't no soil. Maybe a handful, 2 handsful at best. It wasn't no, it's no soil here. I'm saying to myself, how do you, I'm looking at these people out the corner of my eyes. Good luck. Let me see you pull this one off. These Radasis had asked the master if he would permit them to make a garden back there, and he agreed. And in spite of the condition of that land back there, to my utter amazement, it yielded crops that was unbelievable. How is this possible? And after one particular sad song, the master met with those responsible Radasis that worked a little field back there. And then I knew, and I realized that the universe cooperates with the master because he is in order. He has that order. That's the Bhagwan field. It ain't just the Buddha field. These sons of God, their creation cooperates with them. They're not demanding. They don't have to demand. They respond to him. They recognize this is what he wants. This is what the guru-discipleship relationship looks like. I need to become like the soil and respond to my master. I haven't been. My admittance was that I don't know how to live happily. I haven't been happy. I've lived an unfulfilled life. But I want to hop on a lot of personal stuff. I was told that I need to come to the source of these great wisdoms, according to the saints. This book is titled, Gotta Live. Its author is, and I mean no disrespect, Baba, St. G. I said Baba because it's my master's master. And I mean no disrespect. But I'm compelled to call him Baba. Three little words. This is the path. One must die to live. I will go into it. We'll find out what it is that dies. I'm going to read a short excerpt, and it explains. The saint says that one who thus dies while living knows all the mysteries of the worlds within and enjoys the grace and blessings of the Lord. From Guru Nanak, if you die while living, you will know all and experience the Lord's grace within. Such a one, O Nanak, attains true esteem and recognizes the Lord within all beings. Guru Arjan goes on to say, he alone realizes the Lord who dies while living. Such a one is the recipient of divine grace. Baba Maharaj says, saints come to the world by the grace and mercy of the Lord. They do not come to make it better, a better place, nor to improve its lot, but to free us from our bonds of attachment and turn our attention towards the Father. They come to make us blind to this world and give us the sight to see the Lord. Were it not for His grace, we would never even think of our separation from Him, nor will we desire to return home. But for His grace, we would neither meet the Master nor follow the path. His grace comes first. He creates the desire in us to meet Him. He pulls from within. We think we search for Him, when in fact He creates that desire in us to search for Him. With His grace, we develop faith in the Master. With His grace, we put forth the effort to practice, to attend to meditation with love and devotion. Without grace, we could not move one step at any stage. The guiding hand of grace is always with us. With His grace, we realize within ourselves the true identity of the Master, the Word made flesh. And with this grace, we reach back to the level of the Lord and merge with Him. We truly fulfill the purpose of our human life. No longer separated from our source, we return to our eternal home of peace and bliss to be one with our Father forever. Very potent. In that he describes what actually occurs through the Lord's grace, showering mercy upon us, freeing us by virtue of sending his Son, the awakened one, here to rescue us. That is the Master. That is the only means to salvation. Moksha, nirvana. Happiness, bliss. What I have come to recognize and understand about myself is what is lacking in myself. And it really came after a thorough examination, because for the life of me, it just behooved me. I couldn't understand why I can be all right for a certain length of time, and then all of a sudden I just fall by the wayside, and I can't. Why I keep returning? Why I keep forgetting? Why can't I be consistent? I'm obeying. No. 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 I'm looking close at myself, and what I'm discovering is that I'm selective. I'm incomplete. I'm not doing two key words that is necessary for one to come into. It's three. Fully. Remember this word. Totally. And that's not existing. It's bits and pieces. Partially. That's what's lacking. There is no partial obedience. Obedience is full. Everything. No editing. No shorts. It's like a drug dealer. They ain't taking no shorts. No shorts. That's why the inconsistency. I never really understood. I looked a little further, and what I discovered was this thing called obedience, and what it actually entails. I came across something that, for the life of me, when I said heard, and actually what it is, I'm reading this, but I hear it. I hear what I read. And the saying was that you sin because you're a sinner. And the correction was made that you are a sinner because you sin. Now that sounds alike. It sounds like it's saying the same thing. But in closer examination, I see the distinction. Sin The act cannot stand apart from the one that is doing the act. There's got to be that body involved in order to commit the sin, to do that act. It's coming out of the being, the person. Which ultimately lead me to understand that as long as I am being the way that I am, the acts will continue. Sorry, I gotta mimic my master. Hence, the failure to abide and be governed by. I have to change the way that I am being. And the way I am being is half-hearted, it's partial, it's incomplete. I am not being fully engaged in that. I am not being obedient because I'm editing. I'm bringing it into it. My conditions, my circumstances, my situations, this isn't what was instructed. That's not it. I sit for meditation. What the master said, first thing, keep the body motionless. 1.5 hours. Examine yourself. I'm not here to bash nobody. See, is that what you're doing? Do that. Is that being fulfilled? Are you keeping the body am I keeping my body motionless for an hour and bits and pieces? But want the results. I'm paying for a slice of watermelon and think I'm going to get a whole one. I ain't giving my all and haven't been giving my all. That's what it's all about. It's about total. Obedience will come. Now hear this. Now Master may get me for this one. Obedience come out of surrender. It cannot stand on its own. It will not stand on its own. You got to give yourself completely, totally, fully, not those bits and pieces. That's what's happening. That's what's going on. Edit work, conditions, savor, all of it. Monton done, all of it. Well, I favor this. And if I overcompensate in one area, well then no, that ain't savor. That ain't it. That's a part. And that's what we keep doing. That's what I keep doing. Enter into this great relationship partially. So it's not a relationship. My master doing fully what he does for me. And I'm coming half-hearted. That's where it's at. I ain't simple. I got to get simple. I got too much baggage. It's like this. The master is at the peak of a mountain. When you look up and you see him, and the sky is blue, and the birds are singing, the sun is so tranquil, it's so beautiful up there. And the master beckons. It's come. Come. Climb this mountain. Come to me. And my first instinct is, well, it's going to take me some time to get up that mountain, so let me see what I need to bring. Hold on a minute. Let me get I'm going to need to eat. You know, it might be cold. I better bring me some extra clothing. And as well as all these attachments that I need in order to climb this hill. All right? I'm bringing all this stuff to climb a hill. And I'm bogged down. I got too much stuff. And it's deterring me from climbing this hill. That is what I gotta lessen my load. I gotta get rid of those 5. I gotta get rid of all the non-essentials. And guess what that is? The world and the me. I have to become nobody. I got to die to live. As I am filled with fear. Love and fear cannot coexist. This duality. As I am, there's one way that I can be enlightened. And as it has been said, enlightenment it's sudden. It can occur to me on one bright sunny night. Okay, y'all with that? I'll move on. I'll move on with that. The living Dharma can be taken in 2 ways. The Dharma must be lived. The Dharma can only be given by a living master. There's Dharma. But know what and who the master is. All the enlightened beings from time immemorial are sending their blessing through this vehicle that is master. It's the master that gives it the life force. It's backed by all enlightened beings. It's not rare. It's good. Yes, these are insights. But it's living. This is dead. But it's my master's words. And I'll share with you. To come into right relationship with the Guru is a death-like process for the ego. You must somehow give up all of the reluctance arising from your ego in order to enter into right relationship with the Guru. Nothing less than this will do. Surrender. You ain't got nothing. I don't have nothing. I don't know how to live spiritually. I don't know how to be happy. I got some news this week. I would like to say that it's good or bad, but it's both, because it's news And it just is. My news was as I am. I ain't got a shot at becoming a first-class human being. That can only come from someone who truly loves you. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't know. I'm compelled to. See, that's love. I don't know what love is. I thought that. I don't know what love is. Love is coming out of truth. Fear is coming out of that which is false. It's like that. That's simple. False. And that can't be true. As I am. I got to die. I gotta die today. And that's what this path is all about, folks. The Master is here to prepare us to die so that we may live. Kill this fear-based life. It ain't serving. It's fear. Based on the false. That which isn't real. It ain't real. It's not of value. And I'm holding on to it. I'm clinging to it. Why? Because I won't surrender. I want to maintain control. That's what it is. I want to control. I don't want to surrender. I don't want to surrender. That's why it ain't working. Death is total. You ain't almost dead. You dead. Every night. I get the triple on this one. You must move fully and consciously into the sphere of obligation and responsibilities that goes with being a disciple. But you cannot have a relationship to the Dhamma. The Dhamma is abstract. What is that? The Master says. You're calling books Dhamma. That's not Dhamma. That's a book about Dhamma. That paper with great sayings. He goes on and said, how can you give Dhamma? And you think Dhamma is something you can reduce to a piece of paper? That's not Dhamma. That's your own foolishness. Now this was a response to one of the Radasi. This is coming out of the book of Ra. But he go on to say, my hope is that you will come to your senses and I will not have to talk to you about these matters of thinking you're giving Dhamma by basis of reading from books and scriptures and so on. But he goes on to say, but you know, apparently some of you don't have any sense. He goes on to say, you cannot come into any kind of relationship with the Dhamma without the Guru. All Dhamma comes from a living Guru. There's no other way. Dharma is simply those set of injunctions that the Guru gives you in order to duplicate in yourself the condition that he is enjoying. That is all Dharma is. There is no Dharma independent of that relationship. Nor can you generate a Dharma by piecing together a little piece of this and a little piece of that, taken from some book you read somewhere, and so he's being quite clear. And the subject matter is where I started off, and it's entitled, You Must Submit. You have simply tried to come up with some alternative to entering into the ordeal that is Guru Bhakti Yoga. You are simply looking for ways and means to remain uncommitted to the task that is sadhana. And you must become committed. That's the biggest problem. We do not want to make the commitment necessary for attaining enlightenment. Deep down inside yourself, you are still reluctant. You are still resistant. You are trying to create all these alternatives to guru yourself simply to avoid that which must be done, and that is to submit. You don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to be a human being. I forget about enlightenment. I just said that the master told me I ain't got a shot at being a first-class human being the way that I am, and I see it. How could I? Now really, I got to tell the truth about my condition. How can I? Suppressing, I ain't gonna do it. Repression ain't going to transform me. It's not going to act as the basis of me discontinuing, mismanaging these perverted states of mind and being. I said being because I'm identified with it. Understand the radical through act of grace. To look into. This is what he's called. Self-observation. Look into your lust, your greed, your attachment. Look into it. Look into your formal sit. Are you following those injunctions? I have to share with y'all today experience that was a first for me. Sorry, I gotta tell it. I gotta tell it just the way it happened. Where's my video? There's not many group settings that I can really recall missing, if I ever missed any. I had my very first experience yesterday with sitting with 3 people where there was absolutely no movement. None. For an hour, 30 minutes. That was the first time I experienced that. In a group meditation form. First time. Very first time. Look at that. We really need to look and get serious about where we at and how we are not fulfilling what it's been told to do or asked to do, because the master he's still asking in that posture of humility. He ain't making no demand. He's just do this. Do this. Not like us. Making all kind of demands. Let me put you up on something. Sadhana is that which the guru tells you to do or asks you to do. That's sadhana. What do you have to say to improve upon or edit when he tells you this? Why do we have to have the last word? The master says, disciple, do. Shut up. Show some respect. Have some manners. We ain't no good company. We are not showing no man. We are not respecting this God, man. The Son of God. There's no honor. There's no reverence. You're acting like little piglets. Stop it. Do what is being told to you. Completely. Totally. Fully. Not bits and pieces based upon conditions. This is pain. When you talk about that the master is here for preparation of pain or for death, pain, death, same thing. That's what we are not in right relationship with. That's what we don't want to be involved with, is that pain. The sleeping goes on because you're creating beds. These are beds, soft pillows stacked up to the ceiling, so you could be comfortable while you sit and wiggle like a worm and snore like a boar. And I'm sorry, and then go to the master and say, I need some savor to do. Now, what kind of shit are you trying to pull? Stop it now. Stop it. Fulfill that which has been asked. Completely. With quality. Bring some quality into your lives. Stop with this way of living with quantity. And thinking this little stuff that'll do mentality. Drop that. Get that order in your life. Clean up your house, clean up your surroundings, clean up your car, change the way that you're being. All right? These little things, it's these little things that's being taken for granted that if you can't do that, how you think you're going to do the thing that the master had? You ain't getting this little stuff right. Get that right. Check yourself out. And stop being all right with this way that you are. The way that we are. I'm not exempt. I apologize again for the way my car smells, I'm not exempt. I'm talking about what I looked at in myself. That's all. I came here unprepared. No, I ain't shaved. You should see me last Sunday and how I'm going to present this. I'm going to be so ready for y'all. I'm just nonsense foolishness. It's time out for it. I ain't got a shot at being a human being the way that I am. I ain't got a shot at it. Yes. And I was shocked. It's gratitude. Really. You know, it's just the opposite of anything that I know. It's so funny, it's so ironic about this past. Everything just seemed to be the total opposite of everything that I've ever known, everything that I've been told. All the little knowledge that I has been completely useless on this path because it ain't got nothing to do with none of that stuff that I come into this relationship with. That's the death. That stuff ain't for this. That ain't gonna work. That's gotta die. This is the death. This is all fear-based accumulation of useless stuff. It's fear-based. You ain't living if you ain't loving. Be clear. Now the funny thing is looking closer at this thing called love too. I love my mother, I love my... No, 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 no. It's the same principle. It's full. It's total. The source. You ain't loving the source. When you love the source, you love His creation. You love all things, not objects, not isolated pieces and things and all that stuff. You love indiscriminately. You love it all. You love the maggots that's in the carcass of a dead animal. You love that because that's who you are. And know that that is the mindset, the likes, the dislikes, the duality of life. And that ain't gonna get it. This is the day to come and understand that what? I don't know, you don't have to agree. This is the day that you come to hear my confession, that what I have come to see is that I have never engaged in anything fully. Ever. This death, just coming into right relationship with pain. The Master has said on many, many occasions, what you want is on the other side of that pain. It has been said that one has to be hid himself, and we're trying to cut our heads off with a feather coming from our gear. That big fluffy stuff. You got too much gear if somebody got to hold the door for you to come in.
All right now.
You got too much gear if you need help getting up on it. You got too much gear if you are unconscious when you fall off of it. Somebody got to wake you up. And that's the only way you're going to stay awake. Wink, wink. All right, I'm sorry, Master. I swear. What was I? You must submit, didn't I? Okay. I just have come to see that, you know, it's about really entering into this relationship fully. And as it is, I am so full of fear. I'm holding on. It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate, y'all. You got to get rid of it. It's going to boil out. It all got to go. All of it. You're trying to climb a mountain. You're trying to get up that mountain. You can't get up that mountain with all that stuff you're trying to take up there. You're trying to get to the peak. You got to let go of all that stuff. Leave all that stuff behind. All of it. You need to be light. You need to be empty. You got to empty out. To make that ascension. And it's going to be painful, but that's okay. Then maybe not. Maybe that's the reluctance. Maybe that's the resistance. We ain't got in right relationship with this pain. And it ain't no such thing as a painless death. What are you thinking? That don't happen. Blood, tears, sweat. Gonna be tired, okay. You're gonna be sleepy, all right. Am I done yet? Not yet. Are we almost there? Almost. That's the master. You're getting close, just keep coming. Just a little bit more. But you said that 3 years ago, boy. You're almost there. Chuck, don't you, Chuck? Come on. My corner man in this boxing match of ego transcendence and resolution. My corner man. And my opponent is a formidable foe. This man. This man is powerful, man. But I go engage, round after round. Get a little break. The master away. Pull that tooth out. You don't need that tooth. You know, don't worry about it. You're looking good, you know. Put some water on my head, you know, sponge me off. You about ready? No, Master Boy, get on out there, all right? And get my ass kicked. Now that's what it is. But if after all the bloody battles, if after the smoke clears, I get to be that, it's worth it. That's valuable. That's precious. That's the relationship. The master is precious. Be handled tenderly and with love and adoration. Oh, Master, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for telling me the truth. Thank you for telling me that and pointing out that I'm living a life where I think there shouldn't be or be minimal amount of pain. Thank you for telling me what it takes. It's going to be pain. It's going to be but the pain is all right because I know every night is one thing about my relationship with my master. I don't care what's going on in my life. Seeing him makes everything all right. To inspire me. Yeah, you did all right, but you ain't doing so good, you know. Get back out there. Yes, love him. It's gratitude. It's gratitude that'll send you back into that war. You're grateful. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. I done had people all along the entire to my life that has bestowed upon me a great grace, a great love. I have been loved. It's all funny, it's ironic, we few little handful of people here, you know who has loved us. How come we don't show appreciation? How come we ain't grateful? Our ancestors are sending their blessings through us. We got a means and way of getting out of our suffering. Everybody, ain't nobody got this. Everybody ain't got this. It's billions and billions of people. We don't even have to talk about worldwide. Look at the people in your life. These people are suffering. And we got the arrogance to not make right use of this opportunity. suffering, man. We got the means. Why are we wasting this opportunity? No time to waste. It ain't no time to waste. Do this thing now. Go through that fire. Get in right relationship with this pain. Because that's where you gotta go. We gotta go beyond this pain. Get conditioned to pain. Now I said, condition yourself for that. Get tough. Get real. Ain't that about right, Bilal? What you and I said we're gonna do. If nothing else, we're gonna sit on concrete.
If we had to.
If we gotta sit on concrete, we're gonna sit on concrete. And do it. It don't bother you. Shit, my master loved me. This is a great work. Ain't nothing like the house of Ra is happening nowhere over this world. Don't you know what you got here? Huh? Huh?
No.
Well, you need to find that out. You need to really open your eyes and see what you got. You ain't getting nobody like that. There ain't nobody like that. Just for you. That's commitment. That's dedication. That's love. That's bhakti. That's a bhakti. That's what bhakti is all about. There ain't no conditions that he is not going to answer the cry of his loved ones. There are things specifically that has been asked for us to do. Do them all. All of it. And be glad you got an opportunity to do. Be grateful. Really be grateful. It's just the individual us. This master is taking care of all of us. And more that we don't even see. Personally. Each and every one of us has got a personal relationship with the God man. And you know it. And you know he won't deny you. Why are you denying him? Why are we denying him? Why can't we love that which he loves? If the master is precious, so is his disciples. You're precious. And why aren't we treating each other like that?
Tell it.
On this day, recommit painstakingly. It's about pain. We ain't used to pain. Get used to it. Toughen up. Get tough. Get tireless. Be hungry sometime.
Gotcha.
And you'll be all right. Because you got the grace of the master with you. Always. Always. I don't mean to insult everyone, but it's just that, I am you. You see, that's me shifting. When we all don't get it. That's what it's about. It ain't about me wanting enlightenment. Let's wait down the line. I want each and every one of us, if we can, if it's possible, if we develop that toughness, we got a whole world, just the people in our community. They need us, folks. They need to be loved. Man, that's what is needed here. we need to really love.
Why can't you love me? Why can't you love me?
It just says you don't recognize the love that the master gives you. You don't recognize love. Is that right?
What that have to do with your loving me?
You don't recognize it.
So I'm the exception, right?
You don't recognize it, master.
You speak all this poetic
It ain't
words
poetry.
about
Poetry.
loving the master. You can't
It
even
ain't
love one
poetry.
of his disciples. You
That's
can't
right.
even love your own
You
brother.
know, this is really something that, you know, it's good. Hey, you know, good.
Yeah, that's
Say that.
very poetic.
Say that.
But why can't you love
Say that.
me?
You don't want to be loved
Okay.
by me. You have to be,
Make your sex
Your
sounds
way.
real.
you have to be your way.
Recognize the master in this moment. Let's take a
You
moment
have
of
to be your
silence.
way. You don't recognize love. You don't. That's all it is. You don't even recognize it.
All right. Is there any other questions? Maybe any other questions? If not, we over. If not,
Anything?
yeah, go ahead.
Anyone?